Hi Sadashiv, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
How are you?
Fine, sir. What about you?
I'm also good. Thank you for asking. So Sadashiv, you have applied for a front-end developer role. So can we
Yes,
just
sir.
start with your quick introduction?
Yes, sir. Sure. First of all, thanks for allowing me to introduce myself. I am Sadashiv Takle from Nanded, Maharashtra. I have completed my graduation from Swami Raman Tirth Marathoda University, Nanded. After that, I am working as some freelancing. Then I worked as a UI developer in the last 2 years, and from last 6 months, I am working as a Angular developer.
Okay. So can you just explain me about your projects that you have worked on?
Yes, sir. I am working on the one of the project that is a hospital management system, in which the domain is management, in which hospital staff can add the patient in particular department, according to the diseases, as well as track the record, like the medicine, as well as the doctor's remark. Also, account department can track the how much bill is pending, how much advance is given in our project.
Okay, so can you just show me your website and your work, what you have did on that?
Yes, yes, sir.
I think you have not shared your screen.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so this is your company website, correct? Sorry, your project.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so on which module did you work?
Here different
What part
models are
of
there,
this
sir.
website you have created?
Yes, sir. This one is a hospital information management system, in which different plans are available, sir, as per the hospital requirement. We are providing different plans like this one, patient record. Like as per the requirement of particular hospital, we can give the separate uh, different plans according to their requirement. So I personally work on the one of the component that is a doctor. So whatever the different doctors are there in particular hospital. So I need to maintain in the data of that particular doctor. So I work on that.
Okay. Can you show me the module that you are working, that you are saying doctors module or something?
Actually, that actual data I can't show you, but I have that. I will show you. That original project in my company PC, sir. So
You have copied from that.
no, no, sir. No, this one is actually for when I joined there. first of all, I tried for that as a study part. So one component I have created here. I will show. Yes, sir. One dashboard and one doctor. On doctor, I have worked to add doctor, delete particular doctor, and view that doctor. This one. By here, we can add the doctor's information.
Okay. So for this, what you have used, these are the components of, I think, Angular material.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, fine, Sadashiv. You can stop this.
Okay, thank you.
So how much experience do you have total?
6 months, sir. 6 to 8 months. In
Total
Angular.
experience, your
Total experience 2.6, sir. 2.8
Okay.
near about.
You can stop your screen.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you are serving any notice period?
Yes, sir. I need to give 1 month notice period.
Is it negotiable?
At least 30 days required as per the company policy.
Okay, fine. So Sadashiv, what are the new features introduced in HTML5?
Yes, sir. In the HTML5 is a new updated version of the HTML. In the HTML5, more semantic tags introduced. In the HTML5, we can play the audio as well as video without the player. Also, in the HTML5, the different APIs are introduced, like geolocation API, web worker API, as well as drag and drop API. Some APIs are introduced in this HTML5, as well as the speed also improved in the HTML5.
Okay. What is SAS?
Sorry, SAS. SAS is
Yeah.
a preprocessor of CSS, in which we can write our CSS by clean way.
Why should we prefer SAS over CSS?
Actually, in SAS, rewriting of the same CSS is not required. So we can import means, for example, different variables, or as well as different CSS we can import.
Yes.
So that's why CSS, instead of CSS, we can use
But
SAS.
what are the features of SAS?
SAS having a different features like the variables, mixins. Again, we can.
Only two features.
Yes, actually, lots of features are there.
What is mixin? What is the difference between mixin and a function?
In the mixins, we can give the what you say means the CSS is not required to write what exactly, sir?
Yes.
Means mixins means we can give the CSS in minimum wording.
No.
Actually, I know about that, but forget about that.
Okay. Why @ decorator used in SAS?
Yes, and that include. So to include that, sorry, sir.
Okay. What is progressive rendering? And how do you implement progressive rendering on the website? And what are the advantages of it?
Progressive
Yes.
means server side or client side. Are you asking? I didn't get your exact question.
What is mean by progressive rendering? How do you implement progressive rendering on the website? What are the advantages of it?
Actually, there are two types of rendering, sir: service side, server side rendering, and client side rendering. Due to which it will less work, less load on the website. That's why we are
Yes,
creating
but
service.
progressive rendering means improving the
That is
performance. Means
yes, yes. That's why we
in
are
fast
create.
performance. Hmm.
That's why we create separate HTML for the server side rendering, and it will maybe progress in the.
Did not understood your answer. Means what separate HTML will create?
In the server side rendering, we need to create one HTML for the browser browser, and on the client side rendering, we need to create the component. So that's why we can create that progressive rendering.
I want to see the example of server side rendering.
Example.
Yes.
Actually, I didn't work on it, sir.
Okay. Okay. What is void zero is used in JavaScript?
Yes, we can use hash also for avoiding the refresh page, to avoiding the when we use hash, the page will refresh and it will go up to the, on the top. By using, if we use in the href void 0, so it will not refresh, as well as if it will not take the users to the top of the page.
But what is its use? Why? What is the value of void zero? Why it is used?
Void 0 means nothing, sir. Actually, there is no any process on that particular anchor tag, or that's
Okay.
why we're using void 0.
Okay. Okay. But do you know what it returns if you use void zero? What is the value of void zero?
The value,
Yes.
I don't know, sir. Value. Just I used for that avoid the refresh of that page. Means to disable that anchoring tag, we are using void 0, where I don't know about the value.
Okay. What is Angular?
Yes, Angular is a open source TypeScript based framework which is maintained and developed by the Google. By using the Angular, we can create a single page application.
Single page web application, no?
Web application. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Why ng-on changes is used?
Yes, engine changes is a the part of life cycle of the Angular application. So engine change is the first step in which whatever the data we entered means whatever the changes are there, the ng is the first step of life cycle hook set for Angular.
Yes, but what is the use of that?
Means whatever changes we are doing in our project, changes means entering data like that.
No,
Not sure about.
it's you are saying you have 2.6 years of experience and you don't know the ng-on changes.
Actually, on Angular, just I'm working from last 6 months.
Okay. Because it is a very important thing to
Yes, yes,
know ng-on changes. It is used for every component,
yes,
but why it is used means you are not sure. Means when it will execute. We know ng-on and it will execute after running
yes,
Angular
yes,
application, but
yes.
ng-on changes will not execute every time. Okay, fine. Okay. So what is the difference between view children and view child decorator?
View child and view children.
Yes.
Sorry, sir. No.
Okay. Okay, fine. What is a component?
This component is one of the building block of an Angular, in which different means it is uh, a logical boundaries of the what to say by means different views or different views of the DOM we can add in the particular components. Um, every component having four files that is HTML, TS, also CSS, and one testing file is there in one of the components.
Okay.
For the particular common functionality, you can use it.
Okay. What is the difference between input and output decorator?
Yes, input and output decorator can be used to in between the communication of the two components. If there is a relation between two components, there is a parent and child, we need to use input and output decorator to communicate in between two components.
Why @host listener is used?
Host listener and host binding can be used in custom directives. We can or any directives we need to that is a hosting and host listener we need to add.
So I did not understood, sir.
Means to binding that directives where need to host binding. Actually, exact wording. In directive, you can use. Just I used in the directive.
Okay, fine. So did you work on Angular JS?
No, sir. But I know about the Angular JS, but I didn't work on it.
Okay. Means, do you know what are the differences between Angular and Angular JS?
Yes, sir, yes. Angular JS is a JavaScript based framework, and Angular is a TypeScript based framework. Angular JS is a MUC based, that is on model based framework, but in the Angular, it is a component based framework. In the Angular JS, means SEO is a difficulty in the SEO, search engine optimization. But in the Angular, there is it is SEO friendly application. In the Angular JS, mobile devices cannot support, but Angular is designed for by the considering mobile devices.
Okay. So as you said, it is based on MVC framework, correct?
Yes, sir.
Angular JS
Yes, model view.
controller. Okay.
Yes,
So where the business logic is written in Angular JS, in which file?
JS files. Actually, it is in JS
Okay. JS
JavaScript
file.
based.
Okay. And why controller file is there?
Sorry, sir, I don't know
Do you
exactly.
know?
JS.
Okay. So what is did you work on any time migration of Angular is from Angular JS to Angular?
No, sir. We don't work on it. But
Okay.
we can change the version of Angular.
Yes,
Sir.
yes, that is I'm asking. That is called migration.
Oh, yes, yes. We can change the
How
version,
to,
sir. Yes.
but by changing the version, it will not migrate. No, you have to change codes also
Yes, yes, yes. We need to code
because
change.
Angular JS application is totally written in JavaScript,
Yes,
and
JavaScript.
that you have to create in Angular.
Yes,
Correct. So there is lot of things that are needed.
yes, yes.
Correct. So do you know
Yes.
how migration is done from Angular JS to Angular?
No, sir. I don't know. Might be that controller is required to.
No, no.
I
You
don't know
have to
exactly, sir.
create
Migration.
from scratch. You have to create.
Yes, yes. Means everything need to rewrite the
Yes,
code.
yes, yes. Okay, okay. So what is the use of Webpack?
Webpack.
Yes.
Means Webpack that is Webpack to APM. Sorry.
Okay. What is two-way data binding?
Yes. Two-way data binding in the Angular data means transferring of data from DOM to component by using two ways, that is from DOM to component and as well as component to DOM. But in the two-way data binding, we can means simultaneously we can exchange the data from DOM to component as well as component to DOM by using the banana in the box. Means in the banana in the box, we need to add ng model, and to use the two-way data binding, we need to import forms model.
Okay. Which command is used to run your application at dev environment?
Dev environment means to run on the browser, na, sir?
Yes, but not local or means on dev environment.
To insert dev word before that ng serve.
How do you run your application at dev environment? Your application
But I know about the browser, that is ngs-o.
that you
ng
run,
serve happen
that
ng
is not a
serve
dev
dev
environment. ng serve
dev.
dev. Okay. Okay. What is mean by the dependency injection?
Yes, dependency injection is one of the feature in the Angular. So particular common functionalities, if we created like the services pipes, so that services or that pipes, if needed in particular component, so we need to inject that particular service or pipe or any common functionalities. So that's why you need to use required to inject that functionality. That is called as dependency injection.
Okay. What is the difference between structural directive and attribute directive?
Yes, the directives is one of the building block in the Angular, which is there are three types of directives. One is the structural directive, attribute directive, and third one is the component directive. Directive is nothing but the to add behavior. Structural directive means to change the structure. We need to add, that is by using star. That is there are two types of structural directive: ng style and ng. Sorry, ng style and ng if, and structural directive ng for and. By using star, we need to write the structural directives. That is ng for and ng styles. And attribute directive by using the dot notation, that is the bond dot ng if and ng.
What is the difference between ng content and ng template?
ng content and ng template. Okay. ng content is used to insert the content in HTML or DOM, but ng template is the is I didn't use actually ng template. I used ng container and ng contents.
Okay.
ng container can be used for iterating particular instead of using DOM. Div. To iterate div, instead of div, we can iterate on the ng container.
Yes, but
Right.
what is the use of using ng content over div?
See, I think I'm not sure about that, but ng content is used to add the content instead of taking any other tag. We can use
Yes,
ng
but
content.
div also we can take no there.
So d will render in DOM set. So
Yes.
it will consume the
Yes.
memory.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So, do you know what is lazy loading?
Yes, sir. As Angular is a single page application, so user when open the website or render the application on the browser, so lots of pages will render simultaneously. So it will create all the data will render there. So to avoid that, the lazy loading will be executed. Means in the background, the required component will be loaded.
Okay. So means what happens? Can you repeat the answer?
In the lazy loading, in the Angular is a single page application.
Mhm.
So whatever the all the components will load simultaneously at once.
Yeah.
So to avoid the all the means all the data at once loading, so we need to use that is a lazy loading. So by using the lazy loading, user means whatever the required component or whatever the required view can be loaded in the background.
Yes, but where do you write the logic of lazy loading?
Okay, where do you write? Sorry, sir. Don't-
How do you prevent memory leak?
Yes, to prevent memory leak, that async pipe can be used
Okay.
to stop the.
Only one.
Uh, Actually, I know one only one.
What are the differences between promise and observable?
Yes, the promises are eager and observables are lazy. Uh, to use both are used for the asynchronous operation. But to use observable, we need to subscribe it. But promise need not require to subscribe to use the promise. Promises emit the data at once only, but the observable emit the data continuously. So after the use of, we need to unsubscribe the observable, but in the case of promise, we need not require to unsubscribe it. Yes,
So which
that's
one
it.
is better?
Sorry,
Which one is better?
observables are better.
Okay. As you said, observables are better. So when we subscribe for any API call, okay,
Yes,
if that response that is coming from backend, it is taking a lot of time,
yes,
okay, and your code inside your subscribe method is executed before coming the response. So what you will use there, because you are using already an observable subscribe, correct?
yes, 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 sir.
Yes, but also that is executing your uh, inside code before
Mhm.
coming the response. So what will you do? So you are saying promise is means you will not use promise. So what you will do?
I think that subject I'm not sure about, but we need to use that subject behavior. It
No,
will
no. Subject is different concept.
different.
Subject
Yes, sir.
is
Means in that we will get the data. Means after the subscription, unsubscribe also we will get the last data. That's why I'm thinking about it.
are you saying reply subject?
Reply subject, sir.
What is the use of reply subject?
Reply subject by using reply subject when user subscribe it. So after subscription, it will that user will get all the data before subscription also, not only last latest value or like that.
But you are not getting any value. Your code is executed before coming
Yes,
the
yes, yes.
response.
Mhm. Sorry.
Okay, fine. What is pipe?
Pipe. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Pipe. Again, pipe is one of the feature provided by the Angular, in which data can be transferred from input to output or from one form to another form. Some default pipes provided by the Angular, like uppercase, sentence case, lowercase, dates, as well as JSON, etc. So by using pipe, we can change the data. So there are two types of pipes, that is a pure pipe and impure pipe in the Angular. Should I explain it?
Yes, yes.
So pure pipe can be called by the Angular only when the data is changed or the variables is changed. Then and then only the pure pipes are called. And but in the case of impure pipe, even those small changes in the Angular in the cycle, like the scrolling of screen, like the pressing or key up or key down, like that. Whatever the all changes can be detected by the impure pipe. Two more pipes are also there. That is a slice pipe and a sink pipe also.
Okay. What is the use of ng after unit?
Sorry, sir. Only I know the name of life cycle hook, but I didn't go through it all detail.
So
Just I after init means whatever the data we entered in the project. So after entering, it will be initialized like that. But I'm not sure about.
okay. Okay. So do you have any running application? Angular application?
Should I start it?
Yes, if you have. Or open stack, please. If
Hmm?
you don't have.
That last one
Is
should I
there
open?
any? Is there? Yes. Is there any means a running application means we can do? I will tell you something. You can
Okay.
start there,
Yes, yes.
or you have to run the total application.
This
Okay.
one is running, sir.
Okay. So what you have to do is you have to take one input. Okay. And when your application runs, there inside that input some data should be present and focus should be on that.
Yes, I didn't get your question
First
actually.
you create one input, I will tell you.
Input. So input tag, are you asking about that? Hello?
Yes, create one input.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, show me in browser. So now your focus is not on the input, correct?
Yes, yes.
When you click inside that, click on that. Now your focus is in that. But when you refresh the application, your input should be in that. In okay, your focus should be inside that. And one more thing, type something there. Type. Okay. Double click on that. Now it is selected, no?
Yes.
So when you refresh, same like this, your application or inside this focus should be there and the content inside that should be selected.
It means after refresh, it should not be erased.
Yes, and in focus should be there, and that content should be selected.
Yes. Means by using CSS, no, sir?
Okay, Sadashiv, can you explain me what you are trying to do?
Just I am creating a form, sir.
No, that is not needed.
So I didn't exactly.
But what you means, what you are
Yes, sir.
trying to do, tell me.
Yes. Here means in the form we can do it. Uh, Here means touched and then after that
No,
means what exactly question I didn't get it.
you have to ask that time only. Yes. Just when you
Yes, I thought
refresh,
that uh
you have to, yes,
data
focus
should
on
be.
this. Focus should be on their first step. And second is whatever content is there, you have to
Mhm.
give it by hard coded or something. That should
Yes.
be selected.
Okay. Need to
Okay. So
think on it.
Ashu,
I will try, sir.
yeah,
Definitely.
yes.
I will try it and send to you.
Okay. You can try after the interview. Okay.
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay. Okay, so that should. So do you have any questions for me?
No, sir. Thank you. Just
Okay.
guide me for the uh, improvement
Yeah, yeah.
in the
Yes.
Angular.
Okay. Okay, Sadashiv.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.